Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Kemal AA and this is another Chelsea transfer news edit video for you guys, where I'll keep you guys up to date with all the latest Chelsea news in the past 24 hours. Apologies for no video yesterday. I took a bit of a break. I've been uploading daily for you guys consistently, so I thought it's a Sunday, let me relax. We'll go again strong today. Today's Monday, fresh week, a big week. You know, we've got Atletico Madrid on Wednesday, massive Champions League second leg tie where we have to get into the quarters with that 1-0 advantage. And some transfer news to give you guys. Haaland, Thomas Tuchel, the way he sets up tactically, the style that he implements in training, the type of techniques he uses in training as well. We'll be speaking about Christian Pulisic, some transfer news in regards to him, and also getting into Kai Havertz's quotes as well, which are quite interesting. But before I do get into all of that, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and comment down below your thoughts and opinions on each topic that I do speak about. But without further ado, let's get straight into the first news story of this video, and it is in regards to Erling Haaland. Of course I have, but it's been over a week since I've last spoken about Haaland, so it's got to be a record, surely. I mean, hopefully we bring this guy in. But anyway, Mundo Deportivo, Spanish publication, bit of a mouthpiece for Barcelona. They are quoted as the Spanish Sun. They aren't the most credible or the most reliable. However, they do get some stuff right. And they've stated that Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel wants to bring in the new striker this summer, and he dreams of Borussia Dortmund forward Erling Haaland. But here's the interesting part here, and this was by Sports Bild again. Credibility is a bit wishy-washy, but we'll let it slide. Borussia Dortmund will demand 150 million euros for Erling Haaland if they were to allow him to depart this summer, amid interest from Chelsea and various other clubs. Now, if you equate 150 million euros, that's about 128 million pounds. Listen, it may seem a lot of money, but for the stature and calibre of Erling Haaland, his level, his potential, for me it's a bargain. For me, it's a bargain. Like, I know if you told me 10 years ago, and I said I had a channel back then, if I had a channel back then 10 years ago, I would have been called crazy and nonsensical. It's complete nonsense, gibberish. But in today's market, with inflation and everything that's going on, despite a pandemic, the playing potential that he is, he's an absolute freak. I don't need to go into his qualities. We know how good he is. You know, he's lethal, he's clinical, he's an absolute monster in front of goal. His goal record and goal tally speaks for itself. But don't forget, he has a release clause next season of 75 million euros. So Borussia Dortmund knows subconsciously that if they don't get rid of him now, they're going to lose him for 75 million euros. So they're like, listen, we don't want to lose him, but if we are going to lose him, we're going to command top dollar for him. And Borussia Dortmund are renowned and are notoriously known to get top dollar for every single asset they do have. Sancho, they didn't buckle on him last summer when United came in. They tried to negotiate down. Dortmund weren't having any of it. If you want Erling Haaland, you pay top dollar. And the good news is, we have Roman Abramovich as the owner. If he wants Haaland, he'll get the deal done. It'll be wrapped up within seconds, because as Matt Law said on the podcast, if Roman wants something, 9 times out of 10, my man, my Russian Donny, he secures the bag. Simple as that. Erling Haaland is the guy Roman wants. He sees him as Hazard 2.0, 20 years old, bags of potential, super high ceiling, world-class generational potential. This guy is the man Roman wants to bring. And according to reports, Thomas Tuchel also dreams of Erling Haaland. It's a win-win. Tuchel wants him, Roman wants him, Chelsea fans want him. Come play in the Premier League. Come play and bag us the Champions League, bag us the Premier League next season. You're more than welcome to come, Erling Haaland. But that is the latest news story. And listen, if it is true that we can sign him for 128 million pounds, so be it. So what? You know, listen, if we only sign Erling Haaland this summer, if he was, let's say hypothetically, he was the only player that we signed, I wouldn't be upset. I think that's a successful window. Obviously, given the fact that we are, of course, offloading players and trimming down the squad and bringing Haaland in, it's still a good window, because you're bringing in a generational talent who's guaranteeing you goals, guaranteeing you minimum 25 Premier League goals a season. And we have a problem where we can't score. We cannot score. We are not clinical enough. We do need to create, in my personal opinion, but that is a different topic for another video. We do need to strengthen other positions, in my personal opinion, i.e. left back and centre back. But if hypothetically we only bring in Erling Haaland, I wouldn't be disappointed. How can you be? You can't be disappointed with a generational superstar like Erling Haaland. You can't be. It's impossible. But let's not forget, we're not the only club in for him. I keep stressing this. Liverpool, although Liverpool financially are in a lot of trouble, so I doubt they're going to be in the running. But we know Man City for a fact they're going to be in for the running. Potentially Real Madrid and Barcelona, especially with their new president, Joan Laporte, who's made Haaland a priority to sign this summer, which can cause Chelsea some problems. So we have a lot of fierce, hot competition in pursuit of his signature. So we have to act fast. We have to act diligently. If we do things wrapped up, we do things in silence, we operate in silence, and he wants to come, it's a done deal. It's a wrap. Erling Haaland will be a Chelsea player. But that is the latest on Erling Haaland. And on that note, let's move on to the next story. And it is in regards to Thomas Tuchel's training techniques and tactics. Now, we all know there's a number of different techniques and tactical solutions Thomas Tuchel has brought with him to Chelsea. Of course, we know that. However, there is one surprising one that has been revealed. And according to a reliable reporter, Alan Nixon, he claims that Thomas Tuchel has his players using secret code words whilst on the pitch in order to stump the opposition. He said that he also has some significant exclusive news on Chelsea and how Thomas Tuchel really sets up tactically. He said the Blues coach tells his players to use code words when they attack so that they know where to run when they're going forward and who to aim for. This involves using key triggers to let players know what side they will go down, whether the ball is put in high or low, and even if it is a long or short one. A Chelsea rival told The Sun, "You have no idea what's going on, but they know exactly what they are doing." It just makes the attacks quicker and more deadly, because sometimes the guy passing does not even have to look up to know where their runner will be. They use different words all the time too, so you can't even work it out during the game. It makes total sense really when you think about it. Thinking from an opposition's player's point of view, if you hear a shout, you can react to that instantly. But if the shout is something you've never done before, it makes no sense and you have no chance whatsoever of reacting. So again, interesting stuff. We know, of course, when Thomas Tuchel first came in, we know that he's got these quirky techniques. There was stuff released that he's using mini balls in training, and again, it strengthens your touches, your dribbling ability. It focuses more on that, so your dribbling, your technique, your first touch, which in my opinion is crucial, because when you're in tight spaces and tight situations, if you're not the most press resistant, you will lose possession. So those little things, they make a massive difference in the game. So he brings these quirky techniques. The fact that he's using code words is great because he's spicing it up. He's making it all different now, and it's enjoyable for the players, so it keeps the motivation levels high, but also we know how much of a good, fantastic, world-class tactician Thomas Tuchel is. Now again, let's move on now. With Kai Havertz, he came out in an interview after the Leeds game. Of course, he played false nine once again, a bit of a second shadow striker role. He had a couple of chances himself. Unfortunately, we only drew 0-0. And he came out and said that we don't score enough goals. We get good chances, but we're not clinical enough in front of goal. We had good chances against Leeds. I had 2 chances myself. We have to keep working hard and make it better next time. For me, it has been difficult to change everything. It's hard for me, but I'm 6 months in here and I'm getting used to the place, to the country. I hope that I will see my family soon. It's tough for me. I've always loved spending time with them. It has not been the right time to spend time with them. But it's not only me, there are thousands of other people in an even worse situation than me. It is not an excuse for me. I will give my absolute best. Coronavirus is now over. I feel good. I had little injury in the past few weeks, but it's now time to play good. I have to improve my game. It's not been easy for me, but there are absolutely no excuses. I just have to keep on working, and hopefully there will be a big turnaround soon, but I will give it my best. So again, wise words from him. He appreciates, he acknowledges with the situation, pandemic, that a lot of people, not just in football, are struggling. And listen, if you're struggling financially or mentally, I feel for you. You know, I am, a lot of people are. It's a tough time. You know, the world is in a very, very tough place. But remember this, if you're struggling, there is light at the end of the tunnel. So, wise words from him. Now, in regards to the football, in that kind of context, he had a couple of chances himself and he's adapting well. For me, he was man of the match against Everton. He was absolutely superb. He was unlucky not to get on the score sheet. And he was unlucky not to get on the score sheet against Leeds. I think he's playing fantastic in this role. The issue with Leeds is they disrupted our pattern of play. So, of course, Kai Havertz had to drop deeper to collect the ball in the pockets, meaning he wasn't in the danger zones to essentially create anything or have any sort of impact on the game. Now, against certain opposition, he's going to struggle, of course, but I think that is actually Kai Havertz's best position naturally, that kind of in between a number 9, in between a number 10, like a false 9, because he's able to link up the play, he's able to use his height, you know, the fact that he can obviously has the height for aerial abilities, aerial duels, battles. Again, he's got fantastic finishing. He's got that, you know, physique, the agility, the technique to be able to drive as well into space and attack those spaces. He's got the passing range. He's elegant. For me, he's the man. And I think that Kai Havertz is really going to be adapting to this brand new false 9 position, and I think he's absolutely fantastic asset for us. And yeah, for me, I think that we need to continue using Kai Havertz as false 9 until otherwise. Now moving on to the final story, and it is in regards to Christian Pulisic, some transfer news on him. It looks like he is in Thomas Tuchel's plans. Thomas Tuchel's already confirmed that Christian Pulisic will be in his plans, and Christian Pulisic has so much respect for Chelsea. He will fight for Chelsea, and if things do get worse, where he doesn't get the sufficient game time, if he keeps getting these recurring injuries, he may consider his options elsewhere. But for the time being, he's very settled at Chelsea. He wants to fight for the badge. He wants to fight for his teammates, and he's ready to give it. He's essentially eaten inside of Thomas Tuchel's plans, and he is in Thomas Tuchel's long-term plans. He will be, in my opinion, a starter. He's got a number 10 shirt. He's got world-class potential. For me, if he can get over this hurdle of these recurring injuries, he will be a top player. So I think it's time to give him time. But it's good news that he probably will be staying for next season. So it's fantastic news. That is me wrapping up the Chelsea News Daily video. If you did enjoy this News Daily video, smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Comment down below your thoughts, opinions, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.